Welcome back to Bookmint, the place where we decode the world's most powerful books to help you upgrade your life, your mindset, and your bank account. Today, we are diving deep into a book that has completely revolutionized the way millennials and Gen Z think about personal finance. We are talking about the modern classic, I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. If you are tired of hearing financial experts tell you to stop buying lattes, or if you feel overwhelmed by conflicting advice about stocks, 401ks, and credit cards, this episode is exactly what you need. Ramit Sethi's philosophy is simple. It is not about cutting back on everything you love. It is about spending extravagantly on the things you love and cutting costs mercilessly on the things you do not. It is about automating your money so you can get on with your life. In this deep dive summary, we are going to walk through the entire 6-week program laid out in the book. We will cover how to optimize your credit cards, how to beat the banks, how to invest even if you have zero experience, and finally, how to design your own rich life. Before we unlock these financial secrets, do me a quick favor. If you find value in this content, hit that like button and turn on the notification bell. It helps us keep bringing you these high-quality summaries for free. Are you ready to stop stress managing your money and start building wealth? Let's get into it. Chapter 1. Optimize your credit cards. Most people think credit cards are a trap. They think credit is evil. Ramit starts the book by shattering this myth. He argues that credit cards are actually your first line of defense and a powerful weapon for building wealth, provided you use them correctly. The first step to being rich is managing your credit. Why? Because your credit score is one of the most important numbers in your life. A great credit score can save you hundreds of thousands of dollars on a mortgage, a car loan, and even insurance premiums over your lifetime. So, how do you optimize them? First, you need to know the 6 commandments of credit cards. Commandment number 1. Pay off your credit card regularly. Do not just pay the minimum. The minimum payment is a trap designed by banks to keep you in debt. You must pay the full balance every single month. Empowering, final, and driving action. Commandment number 2. Get all fees waived. If you have an annual fee on a card that doesn't offer massive rewards, downgrade it to a free version. If you get hit with a late fee, pick up the phone. Ramit provides a specific script for this. You call the bank and say, "Hi, I noticed a late fee on my statement. I've been a customer for years and I'd like to have it waived." It works more often than you think. Commandment number 3. Negotiate a lower APR. If you are carrying debt, call your card issuer and ask them to lower your interest rate. Again, use your history as a loyal customer as leverage. Commandment number 4. Keep your cards for a long time. The length of your credit history is a major factor in your credit score. Don't close your old accounts unless they charge fees you can't get waived. Keep them open, buy a pack of gum on them once every 6 months, and pay it off to keep the account active. Commandment number 5. Buy more credit. This sounds counterintuitive, but you want to ask for a credit limit increase. If you have a limit of $5,000 and you spend $2,000, your credit utilization is 40%, which is high. If you increase your limit to $10,000 but still spend $2,000, your utilization drops to 20%. This boosts your credit score immediately. Just make sure you don't use that extra limit to spend more money. Commandment number 6. Use your rewards. Cash back, points, airline miles, these are free money. If you are spending money anyway, you should be getting paid for it. The key takeaway from Chapter 1 is that you must be the master of your credit, not the victim. Set up automatic payments so you never miss a bill and start building that credit score today. Chapter 2. Beat the banks. Now that your credit is optimized, let's talk about where you keep your cash. Ramit has a very strong opinion on banks. Banks are businesses, and they make money when you mess up. But you can beat them at their own game.
The average person keeps their money in a traditional big bank checking account that pays 0 interest and charges monthly maintenance fees, overdraft fees, and minimum balance fees. This is bleeding money. Step 1 is to open a high-yield savings account. This is non-negotiable. A traditional bank might pay you 0.01% interest. A high-yield online bank can pay 10 to 50 times that amount. Over time, that difference is massive. It is free money for doing absolutely nothing. Look for online banks like Ally, Marcus, or Capital One. They have lower overhead costs, so they pass the savings on to you in the form of higher interest rates. Step 2 is to find a no-fee checking account. You should never, ever pay a monthly fee to let a bank hold your money. Find a checking account that has no minimums and no fees. The goal here is to set up a system where your checking account acts as your email inbox. Money comes in, and then it gets sorted out to where it needs to go. Your savings account is for short-term goals, like a wedding, a vacation, or a down payment on a house. Ramit emphasizes that you need to separate your spending money from your saving money. If you see a large number in your checking account, you will mentally feel rich and you will spend it. By moving your savings to a separate high-yield account, you protect that money from yourself.
Chapter 3. Get ready to invest. This is where things get exciting. This chapter is about opening the right investment accounts. Many people are terrified of investing because they think it's gambling or they think they need to be a stock market wizard. Ramit simplifies this with the ladder of personal finance. Rung number 1. If your employer offers a 401k match, take it. This is the closest thing to free money you will ever find. If your boss offered you a 3% raise, would you say no? Of course not. A 401k match is essentially a raise. Contribute enough to get the full match. Rung number 2. Pay off high-interest debt. If you have credit card debt with a 20% interest rate, paying that off is a guaranteed 20% return on your money. No stock market investment can guarantee that. Kill the debt. Rung number 3. Open a Roth IRA. This is Ramit's favorite investment vehicle. Roth means you pay taxes on the money now, before you invest it. But when you pull the money out in retirement, it is tax-free. All the growth compound interest over 30 or 40 years is 100% yours. The government can't touch it. You should aim to max out your Roth IRA every single year. Rung number 4. If you have money left over, go back to your 401k and contribute more, or open a standard taxable investment account. The most important lesson in this chapter is to start now. Ramit uses the example of 2 people. One starts investing at age 25 and stops at 35. The other starts at 35 and invests until 65. Even though the second person invests for 3 times as long, the first person often ends up with more money simply because of compound interest. Time is your greatest asset. Do not wait until you have enough money. Start with $50 if you have to. Just start. Chapter 4. Conscious spending. This is arguably the most famous concept in the entire book. Ramit declares that budgeting is the worst. Why? Because traditional budgeting looks backward. It's boring, it makes you feel guilty, and nobody sticks to it. Instead of budgeting, Ramit proposes a conscious spending plan. Conscious spending is about making active decisions about where your money goes. It involves 4 buckets. Bucket 1 is fixed costs. These are the bills you must pay to survive: rent or mortgage, utilities, cell phone, debt payments, and groceries. Ideally, this should be 50 to 60% of your take-home pay. Bucket 2 is investments. This is for your 401k and Roth IRA. This should be 10% of your take-home pay. Bucket 3 is savings goals. This is for gifts, vacations, weddings, or an emergency fund. This should be 5 to 10%.
Bucket 4 is guilt-free spending money. This is the remaining 20 to 35%. This is the game changer. Once you have paid your fixed costs and sent money to your investments and savings, the rest is yours to burn. You can spend it on shoes, video games, fancy dinners, or whatever you love. And you can do it without a single ounce of guilt because you have already taken care of your future. Ramit asks a crucial question. What is your money dial? A money dial is the one thing you love spending money on. For some, it's travel. For others, it's health and fitness or convenience. Identify your money dial. Spend extravagantly on that. But to fund it, you must cut costs mercilessly on the things you don't care about. If you love designer clothes but don't care about your car, drive a 10-year-old Honda and buy Gucci. That is conscious spending.
Chapter 5. Save while sleeping. This chapter connects everything together. Ramit introduces the concept of automation. Willpower is a limited resource. If you rely on willpower to save money every month, you will fail. You will forget, or you will find an excuse to spend it. The solution is to build a system that works without you. Here is how the automated money flow works. Your paycheck hits your checking account. Immediately, an automatic transfer sends money to your 401k. Then, an automatic transfer sends money to your Roth IRA. Then, an automatic transfer sends money to your high-yield savings account. Finally, automatic payments pay your credit card bill and your fixed costs, rent, utilities. Whatever is left in the checking account is your guilt-free spending money. By setting this up once, which takes about a few hours, you dominate your finances for the rest of your life. You don't have to try to save. You are saving automatically. You are investing automatically. You are paying bills automatically. You can go to sleep, wake up, and be richer than you were the day before. This is the definition of a rich life, freedom from the stress of money management. Chapter 6. The Myth of Financial Expertise. Now that you have money to invest, where do you put it? Ramit takes a sledgehammer to the mutual fund industry in this chapter. He explains that most financial experts and active money managers cannot beat the market. In fact, roughly 75 to 90% of active funds fail to beat the S&P 500 over the long term. Yet they charge you high fees. A 1% fee might sound small, but over 30 years, that fee can eat up 30% or more of your total returns. That is tens of thousands of dollars lost. Ramit advises you to ignore the pundits on TV who scream about hot stocks. Investing should be boring. If it's exciting, you're probably gambling. He advocates for passive investing. This means buying the entire market rather than trying to pick individual winners. He introduces index funds. An index fund is a basket of stocks that tracks a specific market, like the S&P 500. They have very low fees, and they outperform most active managers. Chapter 7. Investing, the asset allocation. So, what exactly should you buy? Ramit breaks down the concept of asset allocation. This is simply how you divide your money between different types of investments, primarily stocks and bonds. Stocks are riskier but offer higher returns. Bonds are safer but offer lower returns. When you are young, you can afford to be risky, so you should have more stocks. As you get older, you want to preserve your wealth, so you shift toward bonds. Ramit suggests two main ways to invest.
Option 1, target date funds. This is the set it and forget it option. You pick a fund based on the year you plan to retire, for example, Target Retirement 2060. The fund managers automatically balance your stocks and bonds for you. They make it aggressive when you are young and conservative when you are old. This is the easiest way to become wealthy for 99% of people.
Empowering, final, and driving action. Option 2. Build your own portfolio using index funds. This gives you more control and slightly lower fees, but requires you to rebalance it yourself once a year. Ramit suggests a version of the Swenson model, which includes domestic stocks, international stocks, real estate investment trusts, REITs, and bonds. The key is diversification. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. And certainly do not put your retirement savings into crypto or a single tech stock. That is speculation, not investing. Chapter 8. Maintenance. This chapter is short but vital. It's about maintaining your system. Once you have set up your automated infrastructure and your investments, you don't need to check them every day. In fact, checking your portfolio every day is a bad idea. It makes you emotional. You only need to log in maybe once or twice a year to rebalance. Rebalancing means if your stocks did really well and now take up too much of your portfolio, you sell a little bit of them and buy more bonds to get back to your target percentages. This forces you to buy low and sell high automatically. Ramit also talks about ignoring the noise. The economy will crash, there will be recessions, there will be panic in the news. Your job is to do nothing. History shows that the market always recovers and goes up over the long term. If you sell when the market is down, you lock in your losses. If you stay the course, you ride the wave back up. Chapter 9. A Rich Life. The final chapter brings it all back to the human element. What is the point of all this money? A rich life isn't just about a number in a bank account. It is about using money to design the life you want. Ramit discusses the big purchases, like buying a car or a house. He warns that a house is not always a great investment. It's a purchase. When you factor in maintenance, taxes, and interest, renting can often be the smarter financial move, depending on your market. He encourages you to run the numbers and not just buy a house because society tells you to. He also talks about relationships and money. You need to be on the same page with your partner. Talk about money early and often. And finally, he talks about negotiating your salary. The single fastest way to increase your savings is to increase your income. Ramit provides scripts for negotiating a raise. Do not just ask for more money because you need it. Show your boss the value you have added to the company and ask for compensation that matches your performance. A $5,000 raise invested in your 20s can be worth over $100,000 by the time you retire. Conclusion. I Will Teach You to Be Rich is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is a get-rich-slowly scheme, but it is guaranteed to work if you follow the steps. To summarize the Vibe audiobook takeaway from Ramit Sethi, optimize your credit cards and credit score. Get a no-fee bank and a high-yield savings account. Start investing now in your 401k and Roth IRA. Create a conscious spending plan. Spend on what you love, cut what you don't. Automate everything. Invest in low-cost index funds or target date funds. Focus on earning more, not just saving more. Define what a rich life means to you. It doesn't matter where you are starting from, you can start today. The system is designed to be forgiving. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to get the big things right. Thank you for listening to this summary of I Will Teach You to Be Rich on Vibe Audiobook. If you found this script helpful, please smash that like button. It really helps the algorithm. Share this video with a friend who is bad with money. You might just change their life. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful book summaries. What is your money dial? What do you love spending money on? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, keep learning and keep growing your wealth.